Part 1. Warm up. Start with some shoulder rotation. Arms straight. Rotate your shoulders back and open up the chest. Try to keep your ribcage stable. Do it for 10 times. Then rotate forward. You can start slowly with small movements. First, you warm up your shoulders before making bigger movements. Then do some twisting around 5 times on each side. From here, do some side bending. Side bending and twisting are great ways to stretch your abs and obliques, which can really help you go deeper in back bending. Then warm up your hips with some hip rotation, 5 times forward and then 5 times backward on each side. Do some cat-cow. Come down on all 4. Arms straight. Push your shoulders away from the floor. Keep your back straight. Inhale, arch your back, look up. And exhale, curve your back, look down at your tummy. Feel the movement in your spine and also the stretch on your arms and shoulders. Repeat for around 10 times. From there, do some low lunges, hamstring stretch. 10 times on each side. In low lunge, make sure your knee does not go above your toes. Engage your core, slightly tilting your hips to release tension on your lower back. You should feel the stretch on the quads and hip flexors on the back of your leg in your low lunge. From there, move your hips backward. Straighten your front legs to stretch your hamstrings. Come up to downward facing dog. Push your shoulders away from the floor. Push your hips up and then go up and down on one leg and the other. Feel the stretch on the back of your leg. Afterwards, come to plank pose and then come down to Cobra. Back extension 1. Lie flat on your stomach. Keep your legs straight on the ground. From there, lift your head and chest, bend your elbows and press your shoulder blades together. Do this exercise for around 10 to 12 times. Make sure you keep your legs on the floor at all times by engaging your glutes. Afterwards, you can hold this position for around 20 to 30 seconds. Start with bending your elbows towards your body, lift your head and then chest. Engage your abs and glutes to come further up and not to put pressure on your lower back. Keep your legs on the floor at all times. Back extension 2. Lie flat on your stomach, arms straight overhead. Lift your arms, head and chest and legs at the same time. Keep your shoulder blades, abs and glutes engaged. Do this exercise for about 10 to 12 times. From there, hold for about 20 to 30 seconds at the end. Make sure you really engage your abs and glutes to lift further up and not from your lower back. Cobra. Start with some body movements. From child pose, extend your arms forward and lift your body forward to Cobra pose. Round your spine, lift your shoulder blades up. From there, sinking your hips down, then your stomach and chest, and lift upper body up to Cobra. Repeat this for around 10 to 12 times. Do it as slowly with control as possible and feel the movement in your spine and shoulders. After around 10 to 12 body movements, hold Cobra for around 20 to 30 seconds. Engage your shoulders, shoulder blades, core and glutes. Make sure you lift up using your upper body and not putting pressure on your lower back. Fish pose. For this pose, it's optional to use yoga block. You can also try without yoga block. Lie on your back, keep your legs straight or bend your knees. Arch your back and lift your chest up. You should lift from the chest and there should be minimal pressure on your head. Hold for around 20 to 30 seconds and feel free to repeat 2 to 3 times if you like. King Pigeon pose. Sit on the floor, bend your front knee and keep your back leg straight. Use yoga blocks to assist you. Place them beneath your knee or your hips if you need to. Start with some body movements up and down with your upper body. Then, reach your arms forward, lower your upper body down towards the floor and hold for around 10 to 20 seconds. Lift your back leg and grab your back foot with your hands. Here you can find variation that suits you best. Make sure you lift your chest and shoulders up and avoid tension on your lower back. Coming out pigeon pose, lie on your back, bend your knees to your chest and go from side to side to release your lower back. Repeat this exercise on the other side. Start with some body movements up and down to get into a deeper stretch, and then reach your arms forward, put your body on the floor and hold for around 10 to 20 seconds. From there, lift your back foot and then grab your foot with your hands. Here you can find variation that suits you. Make sure you don't put pressure on your lower back.
I can't regret leaving you alone until you find your way back home.
Bridge pose. Lie on your back with bent knees. Lift your hips up. Make sure you engage your core and glutes and align your upper body and thighs. Avoid turning out your knees. You can hold a yoga block between your thighs to help towards a correct alignment. Repeat for around 10 to 12 times. Afterwards, hold this position at the end for around 10 to 20 seconds. Upward plank. This exercise stretches your chest and shoulders and engage your core. Start by sitting, placing your hands behind your hips, fingers pointing forwards. Lift your chest and shoulders, keep your arms straight, engage your core and glutes. Hold for around 20 to 30 seconds. Slowly tilt your head backward without tensing your neck. V-pose. Sit on your knees, reach your arm forward and slide your chest down on the floor. Keep your arms straight, press your chest and shoulders down towards the floor. Keep your hips above your knees, lengthen your spine and relax your neck. Hold this position for around 20 to 30 seconds. Pose. Come to your knees, Hips distant apart. You can place a yoga block between your knees to keep them from falling out. Lift your chest and arch back. Try with one hand and then both hands. Here you can find variation that suits you best. Avoid crunching your shoulders together and tensing the neck. Hold this position for about 20-30 seconds.
Find your way back home.
Standing back extension. Stand in front of the wall because it will be easier for you to reach back. Hip distant apart, arms overhead. Keep your arms straight, relax your shoulders. Lift from your chest and arch back. Move your arms before moving your head. Look at your hands and use them as guidance to help you going back further. Engage your abs and glutes. You should feel it from your abs like you're doing a standing sit-up and not from your lower back. Do not go further back than where your abs can support you. Try 8 to 10 times, each time going back a bit further. You can also move away further from the wall and to bend further down.
I can't regret leaving you alone until you find your way back.
Pec and shoulder stretch. Backbending is actually really about front stretching, stretching your pec, shoulders, as well as your abs, obliques, and hip flexors and quads. Stand in front of a wall or doorway. Bend your elbow 90 degrees. Slowly open your chest out the opposite side of your bent elbow. Bend your knees and slide down slowly. Keep your forearm on the same position. Hold for 10 to 20 seconds. That's the end of our backbend prep exercises. Thanks for watching. Make sure you follow us on Instagram and Facebook for more free exercises.